in December 2027, subject to adequate funding. The Migori road shall be completed within 12 months upon the awarding of the contractor, of the new contract, of a new contract. Honorable Speaker, going back to the amount paid.
GK, too long. Can you give a summary?
Yes, I'm actually winding up, but I wanted to remind Honorable Kagushia that this contractor, one of the contractors, has been paid 707 million Kenya shillings, and this money was raised through the securitization of RMLF fund. And I remember how Kagushia at some point was very opposed to securitization of RMLF funds. And I want to assure him that these projects will be completed, and some of the money that will be used to complete these projects, Honorable Kagushia, my good neighbor, will come from the proposed infrastructure fund. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I submit.
Kagusha.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would like to maybe start from where the chair has finished. I would like to inform him that the 707 million that was paid was not paid from the securitization fund. This amount of money had been paid well before the securitization fund was conceived in this House. As a matter of fact, Honorable Speaker, the only work that has been done during this period when you're in office is 4 kilometers that has already been paid for, and it was paid before the securitization fund. Honorable Speaker, I however note that the 133 million that is being proposed now in this road is actually coming from the securitization fund of the 7 shillings, Honorable Speaker. The amount is not sufficient though, because the amount of money that is required is 600 million. Honorable Speaker, I would wish that this money is allocated through the supplementary budget that we are going through now, and also the main budget that we have for this particular year. Honorable Speaker, it is also important that we have the issue of maintenance before construction, especially to address some of the areas that are very problematic, like Ruarai Bridge leading to Mukurweini town. We also have Ruarai Bridge that, at the Karende area, and also we have the section that is remaining between Karende and Gakendo area. Honorable Speaker, some of these areas are quite problematic. I also note that the chair has mentioned that the contractor will be on site on 16th March 2026. I would really want to get that assurance. Of course, because you know it is raining heavily, and I want to be sure that we can now communicate to the residents that on this date, even though it is still raining, we are going to have the contractor reporting. Honorable Speaker, on the Mukurweini road, I would wish, as you are doing the new procurement, you also include the road which I have just requested here, between Kaheti, Kanunga, Wakulima Road. We also need to have that section in the Mukurweini section so that it can be procured together so that we can have this completed. Honorable Speaker, to complete this,
yes,
I just want to...
There's a point of order, Honorable Kakuja, from a majority leader.
Honorable Speaker, I have heard Honorable Kagushia speak to monies coming from the Securitization Fund, or rather, money is going to one of the roads in Mukurweini that is being financed through the Securitization Fund. And I just wanted Honorable Kagushia to clarify, is he now saying securitization, it is okay to securitize, to build roads in Mukurweini, but it is not okay to securitize to build roads in other parts of the country? Because the securitization money that is being utilized in Mukurweini is the same money being utilized in Migori. And I've had Honorable Kagushia on this floor opposing securitization. So, and I don't know where the chair would sit, why the chair would allow Honorable Kagushia to get money from that fund.
Kagushia.
Honorable Speaker, you realize that the securitization amount, the 7 shillings that has been given for securitization, was never a debate in this House. Honorable Speaker, the 7 shillings that have been securitized was raised through a notice that was done by CS Murkomen at that time, and it was actually done behind our back as a House. And so, Honorable Speaker, I do not think this has been a debate in this House, and I don't think it is actually a debate. Honorable Speaker, I might be having a problem with how we are raising money in this House. But Honorable Speaker, the issue of Mukurweini versus other constituencies does not arise because Honorable Kagushia does not represent Kikuyu constituency, does not represent Ndia constituency. Honorable Kagushia represents Mukurweini constituency in Nyeri County. And so, Honorable Speaker, I have every right to ask money allocated to Mukurweini at any time because I represent Mukurweini constituency. Honorable Speaker, I would also want to raise to the chair.
Seek your clarification in response that you have gotten.
Honorable Speaker, I have had the chair transport alluding to the fact that some of the money that is going to construct or to complete the Gikondi Road is coming from the infrastructure fund. Does he understand from the bill that has been set in this house, that has been placed in this house, Honorable Speaker, that the infrastructure fund is only dealing with commercially viable projects which are going to be told to return the money? I don't know whether he is very clear with that. That's why I'm saying the Gikondi Dara Road, we need to have the money allocated from the budget, the consolidated fund.
You've made your point.
Yeah,
Yes,
because we do not want that.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, just to assist the chair, infrastructure, it is true that the National Infrastructure Fund, if Honorable Kagushia would listen, what the National Infrastructure Fund is doing by taking away commercially viable infrastructure projects is to allow the people of Kenya, including the people of Mukurweini, the opportunity now to be able to get budgeted money through the budget. Because if you lift off the balance sheet of the country or off your budget, those commercially viable projects under the National Infrastructure Fund, that is a fiscal space you need to be able to get funds to complete those projects. Honorable Speaker, is also not correct what Honorable Kagushia is saying. The 7 shillings that was securitized was brought to this house through regulations that were tabled in this house, approved by the Committee on Delegated Legislation, which I suspect Honorable Kagushia was a member at that time, if not a member of JLAC. And I think he was in JLAC that time. You are not in JLAC. But you are a member of this house that approved those regulations, and we approved in this house, in committee and in the house. Therefore, you cannot claim that those regulations were done behind our backs. It might have been done behind your back when you are not in the house. But that does not mean how anything was done outside behind the back of other members.
Chairman,
it is you who was absent.
Chairman.
To end up that debate, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Kagushia did not listen to me. I did not say National Infrastructure Fund. I said Infrastructure Fund. All money that is allocated for roads is Infrastructure Fund. And therefore, Honorable Kagushia, you must make a deliberate effort to support government initiatives if you want your people to benefit. Honorable Kagushia, the reason why roads are being done in Mukurweini, it's not because of your assertiveness, but it's because we must serve all the people of Kenya, regardless of your political position. So you don't have to put in too much effort into this. The people of Mukurweini are Kenyans, and they will be served just like any other part of the country, regardless of what position you take politically.
Thank you. Next order. Next order. Yes, hold on. Yes, Korere, what's your point of order?